Bent's Fort was a trading post on the Santa Fe Trail in present-day southeastern Colorado. It was established in 1833 by brothers William and Charles Bent, along with their business partner, Saron St. Vrain. Constructed primarily of adobe, the fort was a marvel of frontier ingenuity. It was a large square structure with 4 corners and a central courtyard. It was surrounded by a high wall, and it had a well-armed garrison of soldiers. Many remarked that from a distance, it looked like a castle. It was equipped with a blacksmith shop, a carpenter shop, a trading store, and more. In the alleyways, wagons were repaired and animals were shod. The carpenter's shop provided everything needed for the wooden repairs to wagons. Glue was even made from hooves and rawhide. Fur trade was prominent at the fort, including beaver pelts and buffalo robes. A fur worth $3 could bring in 5 or 6 in St. Louis. The fort became a major stopping point for traders, travelers, and settlers along the Santa Fe Trail, and it played an important role in the development of the American West. It was a meeting point where Plains Indian tribes, particularly the Cheyenne and Arapaho, traded buffalo hides, horses, and other goods for manufactured items like cloth, firearms, and metal tools. It even had a diplomatic space called the Council Room for fostering relationships and negotiations between diverse groups. This council room was considered neutral ground for Indian peace councils and where terms of trade could be agreed upon. In 1845, it hosted talks between the Cheyenne and Delaware. In addition to its role in trade, the fort was a haven for travelers, offering food, shelter, and medical assistance. Archaeologists uncovered remains of wild game such as duck, turkey, deer, buffalo, antelope, and catfish. The kitchen had a large limestone hearth, and visitors were greeted with the smells of bread baking, spices, and fried meats. Figures such as Kit Carson and John C. Fremont frequented the fort. For many years, a French tailor worked the fort sewing clothes for the fort residents, especially buckskin. During the U.S.-Mexican War, the fort hosted troops and acted as a supply point. By the late 1840s, the fort's significance waned due to changing trade routes and conflicts in the region. When Charles Bent died in 1847, his partner, St. Vrain, tried unsuccessfully to sell the fort to the U.S. Army. Disasters, depleting natural resources, and diseases like cholera caused the fort's eventual abandonment, which it's said William Bent unsuccessfully tried to burn down in 1849. He then moved about 40 miles away near present-day Lamar, Colorado, and built Bent's new fort. The fort was established as a National Historic Site in 1960, with a reconstruction project not starting until 1976. Today, Bent's Old Fort is a reconstructed monument, preserving its legacy as a symbol of cooperation and commerce in the American West. The Park Service used archaeological excavations and original sketches, paintings, and multiple diaries to replicate the features of the fort as accurately as possible. Hikers who visit will like the 2-mile trail system along the Arkansas River floodplain as well. In the fall of 2024, a severe snowstorm hit the area, damaging several areas, including the fragile adobe walls. But visitors can still explore the fort to gain insight into its historical significance and the diverse cultures it connected.